This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So don't have much of an agenda where what I was going to do was go through opens, set the agenda for the next couple of weeks. I think what I'm hoping for is a POC software. I'll come to this. And then finally, I was going to close with, we have a number of new joins. So I was going to go through a quick overview of resources and activities, our group activities for the new joins. We've got quite a few new people now. So that was a plan. And if we finish, I might return some portion of your weekend to you or get you off to a good Friday start. Anybody else have any opens that they'd like to discuss? Is there anybody new who'd like to introduce themselves? Just checking. Everybody's okay. Let me do it in reverse order. Chuang, sorry. Any opens?
Hi, this is Chang from VV company.
Great.
I cannot hear your voice. It seems far away.
Oh, is this any better?
Actually, I think we hear you okay. I think it's
Okay.
I think it's Chung's connection.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear your voice well.
Dan, David, any opens? Any interesting topics?
Not for me.
Not for me.
D. Jawad?
Not for me.
Not for me, but
Ken, Manoj?
None for me, thanks.
Mark? Marshall?
Nope. I'm still seeking a clocking expert.
Oh yeah. Okay. Mark still
That is absolutely fine. Thank you.
Okay. Paul, Reza?
I'm good, Bob. Thank you.
Okay. Rita, Scott?
So this is, yeah, I have a question. I don't know if this is the right place to talk about it. I saw a note about the pipe, the document that you guys wanted to reference from the PCA stick that they declined. Yeah. Is this a good venue to discuss that, or take it offline?
No, this is as good as any.
Okay. Just wanted to see what the impact and what's the next step. That'd be great.
Oh, so we had two. Oh, we lost Jawad. So we had two rejects. Both the PCI SIG and Intel asked us not to use their pictures in the document. Impact-wise, I think what it means is we'll have to redraw the doc, redraw those pictures. So it turns out we are just using one picture each from each spec. So that as far as I understand, that's going to be the main impact on us.
Is it just all, or we cannot? I mean, can we copy it and we be legit, or?
That I don't know. I'm not an expert. At least that picture is copyrighted. So I'm assuming we'll have to create a modified version suitable for our needs.
I see. Okay. Thanks.
Not to use their picture, but I think I think we will have to redraw those. We will need to adapt and redraw, is my understanding. And our bigger impact on the pipe is, I think we're just missing one or two reviews. And if we can get those two in, then we're in great shape. We've got two really good reviews, one or two more, and we're in business.
Thank you.
I am working on that for you. I know I'm late getting you
No
feedback.
worries. Thank you. We'll be glad to get it. So that's that's a Tawfiq, Vinit, any opens?
No open, thanks.
No opens from me also.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to let everybody know that Rita is role modeling this whole thing by bringing up an open at least one every week.
Sorry.
She makes life better for all of us. So please bring your opens next time. Bill?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So agenda for the next few meetings. I don't have any of my POC. So the POC software, we're settled on an application for a converged node. And I think as a group, we'd like to get more feedback from this audience. So it's a converged compute storage node with the parts that we have. I think we're still hunting for the Xilinx OCP 3.0 form factor NIC. But without that, we're sort of moving forward in a pretty decent converged compute storage node demo, which we'd like to share with this group. So tentatively, we're thinking that's the agenda for May 1st. May 8th, we lost Jawad. Jawad CDX group, there's a gentleman who's done some pretty decent work on power modeling for a package device. That's the tentative agenda. Does anybody have any other thoughts? D, would you guys like to get on the agenda at some point?
Yeah, I think we will, but we're not ready till, we have the Japanese people on board, so it'll be more like June timeframe.
June, okay. So I'll mark, okay. Anybody else have any other things they'd like to see? Any of the work streams anyone's interested in getting an update from?
Sure, the HBI.
Okay, all right, so nobody from, Ken is not on, okay. Anybody else have any other thoughts on an agenda that we can that we can look for?
It will be good to have the groups come and talk about the challenges that they are facing or they are putting on the back burner as a result, to see if the other people can chime in and just help out, maybe.
I see. Okay, so that's but that requires more of an update from groups. Okay.
I'd like to propose maybe we can have a EDA aspect of the die-to-die later on if you run out of topics.
What did you mean by that?
How to create a collaborative environment for optimal die-to-die solution with the perspective, the EDA angle.
Okay.
What kind of tools we need to make that happen, to create an optimal die-to-die solution.
Are you able to get your guys or your synopsis to present? Is that is that an option?
I would be presenting, but I need to get the blessing of my management to see if they're okay with that. But yes, I can do the presentation.
Okay. Hey, Manoj, do you want to do like a longer version of your lightning talk?
So my experience is a little bit dated. I used to run, when I was at Cyprus, I used to run the known good die business. And the point was, a lot of things that we are talking about have been done, though, kind of semi-open format, not as open as our ambition. I will be happy to. Short answer is I'll be happy to, but it's been a while since I've done that. And then, of course, where I can add more value is on the use cases that we see, where we see opportunities for both a serial low latency XSR type interface as well as parallel interface. So I'll be happy to expand on the use cases if it helps.
Yeah, I think so. Unless there's some strong objections, do you want to aim for a particular date?
Sure.
So this is the May calendar.
Yeah.
So you can do the 15th, 22nd, 29th, or in June.
We can shoot for maybe the week after 15. What is it? I'm pulling my calendar to see.
May 22nd.
Travel 22nd. Yeah, 22nd could work. Yep.
Wait, you're still traveling? Yeah, all right.
No. Since I said since there is no travel, it's a little easier. But you never know. Hopefully, we open up by then, and
okay.
There's a pent.
Hey, Mark, it's kind of, in my mind, it may be worth doing like a bow update at some point, either on the 15th or the 29th.
Sure.
Which one would you prefer? Well, I want to get everybody in as long as there's no travel. It feels like this is my opportunity to get in.
It's the only time to really lock us down. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go for the 15th then.
That sounds fine.
I was going to say, echo Mark's comment. You're doing a great job, Bobby.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Okay. Sorry.
One thought. Sorry. I know every quarter we were planning to meet, and I get the impression we're not going to be doing any face-to-face till June.
Oh yeah. So we do a virtual summit. This is something we were tossing around. Okay.
Right. A suggestion. So like a half a day or a day.
We can aim for June. Okay. But the okay, let me save both of these topics for yeah. Hold that thought, because that is a very nice thought. And Bill, you still wanted to, you were still open to doing a HIR update, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And DJ is not online. Okay. And I think somewhere in June we should do a POC update. Oh no, we're doing a POC or software update, so that kind of accounts for that. Okay. Any other thoughts from anyone on any other topics we should go hunt for speakers for, or anything along those lines? Okay, so we'll stick with this. If you have any ideas, please send them to me then. Okay, so on the OCP Virtual Summit, we're carried over all our speakers but one. But we have 9 lightning talks, which is pretty nice. 9 lightning talks, and the 2 panels, which many of you attended live. So please register. The planning is over. It was a solid heavy lift to get the whole thing in place. So I think the panels turned out to be really nice with a live audience. So please register. Don't forget to register for the OCP Virtual Summit. Okay, Rita, a virtual summit, a ODSA virtual summit. Anybody want to chime in with?
It would be nice to have some updates from different groups, very much like what we do. Try to address areas that we still may have holes, and so to try to recruit people to cover that areas. I don't know if there are any missing things. I think we have a lot of things going on in parallel, so it may be good to go.
Anybody else want to chime in? Is it worth? Virtual Summit is a fairly heavy lift, so it's got to be reasonable interest in. No takers? All right, Rita, we got to try and try this one more time next week and see what the reaction is.
Sure.
I don't know how to get a. So I tried the Q&A tool for the interactivity. That proved to be a heavier lift than I imagined. What is it called, Slido? During the panels, that proved to be a much harder lift than I'd imagined. I thought it would end up making the webinar more interactive.
Since it was not connected, I mean, if you had like a WebEx, you could type in the chat window. Maybe it was easier. Or if people would raise their hands and then you would ask them. I don't know about the setup. So I know like in WebEx, you have the option of raising your hand, and then the moderator can actually sequentially decide whose hand is up and then queue things up and have even live question and answers. But I don't know anything about GoToMeeting or Zoom.
Okay. So throw this out one more time. If we had a virtual meeting, anybody have any ideas on whether there's a good idea, any thoughts on reasonable idea, what we should cover? Okay, please send me email.
I'll let people think about it if they want to know.
Okay, so I'm going to spend about 5 minutes. I want to walk you through the resources. Since we have a number of new joins, I want to walk through what we have as a group. This is a deck I used for the ODSA year in review. The roughly, I'd say roughly, you know, I'll go into this in more detail in the talk, so we won't. I won't do it here, but fundamentally, we're trying to create a stack where we have a lot of reuse, and we're trying to invent as little as possible. This is roughly the state of the stack, as it were. Can you see it, or is it obstructed by this? This is roughly the state of the stack, where we have 2 file layer activities in flight, the bunch of wires and the OpenHBI. But we're trying to define a logic stack that is compatible with other open files like the XSR and the AIB. We're also trying to define a logic stack where we can reuse off-the-shelf IP as is. This is where the pipe adapter comes in, and we aim to reuse controller IP from Synopsys, Cadence, PLDA as is. We're also trying to create reuse Intel's new LPIF interface, and we're trying to define. I think we settled on a name that we won't call it LPIF anymore. There's an idea proposal to call it the LDIF. So it is very clear, a derivative interface, which is a FLIT-based interface. This is roughly our stack. What we're trying to do in 2021, we think, or in 2020, is we think we'll have a structure where, right, in this, one of the most important, one important development has been NXP has contributed a protocol to run AXI or a die-to-die interface called DiePort. So if you glue all this together, we think that by the end of this year, we should have a full logical stack for 2 really common use cases. Taking PCI over a die-to-die interface or running AXI over a die-to-die interface. So you have something like Bo, and on Bo, you run PCIe or AXI. So hopefully we're able to target the most common system level protocols or the SoC protocols for either board aggregation or die disaggregation. Roughly, if you look at our groups, we sort of have 3 broad classes of activities. One is the definition of the die-to-die interface. The second is the POC and reference designs and all these other wonderful things that we do the hard labor to give example workflows. Example designs, and then reference workflows, which I think is going to end up being one of the important things. We started with a business group, and we have a CDX group. The business group has sort of been on a little bit of a a recess, and we had to sort of go get that activated again. We kicked off. We had a survey. So roughly, we have about, these are the work streams that are in flight. You can reach out to anybody running any of these work streams if you want to participate in any one of them. Each of these work streams meets weekly. This is what's happened in the past year, as it were. There's a white paper that kicked us off. We had 2 papers at Hot Interconnect, a paper at Micro, and we've got the survey with a POC with actual hardware that you saw the demo, and you should see somewhere, if you see Bill Carter's keynote, you'll see the POC highlighted in the keynote. These are our POC plans. We've kicked off we have the workflow POC, which is in flight. We've got the POC application software infrastructure, which we're going to discuss next week, where we're trying to recruit more companies to participate. We'd like to do a packaging POC, which is sort of a foundation for a chips to chiplets workflow. And we wanted to test chips for our ODSA interface. This is roughly sort of the lay of the land. So if you want more information, pretty much the #1 place is the ODSA wiki. You should be able to find, I have to update the names here. I need everybody's permission to update the names, and I'll put their, actually I need Mark's okay to put his email address, and who else? We've got the white paper, a light reading webinar from ages ago, weekly calls, and slides from all our workshops from the past. We've had 5 workshops in the regional summit, and eventually we put in slides from the virtual summit here as well. So this is roughly the set of resources available if you're interested in more information on anything. That's basically it. I wanted to give a quick 5-minute tour of all the stuff we have. And so we're developing, actually this is, right, this is what, so the documents are developing. The bunch of wires is in a Git repo. That's this one. So Mark Kemmerly, who's online, leads that. You can see activities, and we actually had 2 contributions. It was really nice. Now we're making pretty decent progress. We've got 2 contributions from multiple companies, and this is really moving forward. We have a whole bunch of other specs: NXP die port, a pipe adapter, the POC specifications. We have a whole bunch of specs in flight which aren't open, but pretty much anybody who wants access or requests access can have it. We just can't open them up yet. In terms of can't make them public, but they're open to accessible to anybody who needs access. So the specs we have right now, they're working on the pipe adapter, where we had a really good reviews from PLDA and an engineer at Intel. JP, who's if you want to develop a pitchlet, JP has a specification that he can share. He's online, right? JP, you're here, right? I saw him join. Yes.
Hey, Boppy, I'm here. Sorry, I was on mute.
LPIF and LPIF Prime. LPIF is a proposal Ishwar from Microsoft's developing. LPIF Prime is a proposal that Jaydeep from Xilinx is developing. The POC software is from Purush at Facebook. OpenHBI is from Kenneth at Xilinx. So we've got a whole bunch of, in general, except for the OpenHBI spec, everything else is anybody is welcome to participate activity. At some point where there's some steps around converting these to structured activity, a structured specification and contributions that we haven't hit yet. We will soon. So that's basically an overview of all the activities we have in flight. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you don't, that's pretty much all we have for today. Any questions about any of the resources or anything else, please feel free to contact either me or the workstream leads. You should be able to find this presentation online in about 2 weeks by the time the virtual summit rolls around. Okay, in that case, everyone have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. You too. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.